Ashton Jeanty, friend of the show, his potential landing spot's gotten a little interesting over the past few days. Go to FanDuel Sportsbook, check these things out. It's a great way to sort of see what is shifting and where the headlines are going, which ones to believe, which ones to not. I sort of like this compass that we have at FanDuel Sportsbook. No secret, the Raiders, the favorites to land him at 6. He's talked about it too. That's plus 105. The Jags somehow gaining serious ground with these rumors of Jeanty to Jacksonville. They're a close second to land him at plus 190. That's ahead of the Bears, the Patriots, and the Broncos. The more I think about it, man, this isn't for the plot. Are you kidding? I love this. I'd love to see this for Jacksonville. We have all heard Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen this offseason talk about balance, talk about helping Trevor out, talking about the run game, all of that. What better way to do that than with Ashton Jeanty? His skills as a receiver, he talked to us about that. I asked him if he was having an identity crisis because he can run routes, he can catch. He told me his favorite comp that he gets is Alvin Kamara. And I buy that because he is a game changer, versatile on all levels for an offense. Now, I know the Jags, they can use help elsewhere. There are other needs. And there's this weird still stigma about taking a running back and all of that. But you can't tell me it's not sexy. You can't tell me Trevor and Brian Thomas and Jeanty together is not amazing. It's almost too intriguing to pass up. And if you're Liam Cohen, that dog Liam Cohen, let's go. And let's see if, I don't know much about the new GM. Does, Hammy, you're the Jags insider here. Does James Gladstone have the stones to do this?
We'll see. I mean, he comes from that Rams school, from the Les Snead school of things. So we'll see how much of that, we know that regime isn't concerned about outside opinions. And if they think he's a player that can push them over the top, I think regardless of position, I think we see him take a swing here. And you're right. It's too intriguing to pass up. If you really want to help your quarterback and you want to balance this offense, like they're saying, like we're hearing from everyone in that organization, this is how you do it.
And Trevor is just like, yes, please. Like he's a man of faith. He's, Easter times, he is just let's go, big man upstairs, men upstairs, whoever, let's make this happen and get me Ashton Jeanty. Also, and you can maybe speak to this a little bit, just from a fan perspective, that they need to bring in a star. And I think that matters. And I think that is when you are I don't know if we should do this. Let's do it because we're bringing some excitement and a piece that can do it all on the field. Lead to wins, right? That's not the reason to draft someone, but it is important, especially with a fan base like Jacksonville.
Absolutely. And especially after the way the last couple of years have gone. And like you said, you don't want that to be the driving force, but if it's close between guys and you can get somebody who is going to generate that level of excitement, I think it has to tip the scales, and it's hard to find anybody who's going to generate more excitement than Jeanty.
So do you wake up in the morning? Because I woke up to a text. I wake up at 4, and I'll wake up to a text from East Coast Hammy, and it'll just be something football-y, right? So do you wake up your Saratoga Springs morning? You just check the sports book like people check the weather? Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah, that's how it's been going lately, because everything's been shifting and moving and the perceptions have been changing so much. I wake up because, I try to get the show, we try to get the show set as much as we can the night before, but there's always so much changing in the morning now. That's always my first thought when I wake up.
I know you're just Shadur, this. I'm man, I haven't even what are we talking about here? Excellent job on that, though. I think that's an interesting, definitely place to go. Why have you not done a hammer time on any of these guys?
Well, we got to work out the footage issues. That's what we gotta figure out.
We have to talk to.
Yeah,
that's why, who's the college football Godelli guy that we have to shake up the tree?
That's a good question. We got to figure that out. With all this NIL stuff going on and all that, we should be able to figure this out.
I feel like Taylor Lewan will know that. I feel like when I think college, I just think about him and Will Compton. We'll be back after this.